In this video, I'll teach you how to fold 5 different paper airplanes that are all easy to fold and all fly really well. Now I have arranged them in order of difficulty here with level 1 on the left and level 5 on the right. Even Concorde, the level 5 plane, is a pretty easy paper airplane to fold, but if you're a new folder, you might just start with level 1, do level 2, 3, 4, 5, work your way through them, or if you're more confident, you can just pick the paper airplane you want to fold, and that's of course fine as well. Foldable Flight is currently racing towards 500,000 subscribers, and I'll be releasing 5 free templates when we get there. Now, only 8.5% of you watching this video have already subscribed, so if you're in the other 92%, be sure to click that subscribe button over here, click the bell notification icon so that you never miss a video of the best paper airplane content on YouTube. With all that said, let's see these planes in flight, and then I'll teach you how to fold them. 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, level 1. All you need here is an 8.5 by 11 inch sheet of paper or an A4 sheet of paper, and we're going to begin by folding this edge here to this edge. Okay, and once you've done that, go ahead and open your paper up, and you can fold this top edge into the center. I like to leave just a little gap there, but you can do whatever you want. And do the same thing on the other side. Of course, this is looking just like the classic dart that you folded before. Really, we're only changing one step, and that's gonna make it fly a lot better. Okay, so now we're folding this edge here into the center again. We'll do this side, just like that. And now this is the point where we're changing something here. We're folding this top edge to this point right here, the top point rather. And when you fold that down, that's actually going to lock all the layers together. So it'll look like this. And then you can hold that down and kind of just sweep out this extra slack that's created, just like that, on either side. And now we're ready to fold our paper airplane in half. And then fold this edge here to that edge to create the wing. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And there you go. You have a finished paper airplane. Now, if you throw this and find that it's nosing down at all, if it wants to dive, you can just bend those back edges up just slightly. And congratulations, you have completed level 1. All right, we are now on to level 2. All you will need for this paper airplane is a sheet of 8.5 by 11 inch paper or A4 paper. And we're going to begin by folding this edge here to this edge. All right, we'll open that up. And you can fold your top edge down like this to make a triangle, but I like to leave a nice gap here, probably just a couple millimeters between this edge and the center crease. And when I do one side, I'll just fold the other side to match that. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And there you go. Okay, so your plane should look like this. Now we'll go ahead and fold this edge in to land along this edge here, not the center crease. We're aiming for that edge, and I like to hold that layer down as I do this. Again, so I'm gonna have a little gap between my edge and the center crease. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, your paper airplane should look like this. And now I'm going to fold this edge here to land on that edge. Just like that, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. It's okay if yours doesn't look quite as clean as mine. These layers are thick. It's still gonna fly well for you. Okay, and now I'm going to actually flip it over, and I'm going to hold this tightly and fold this edge here to the center. And I'm gonna have to kind of roll these layers as I do this, especially at the front where it gets really thin. Just roll those layers. And I'm going all the way to the center this time. And just crease it as neatly as you can. I recognize that your nose may not be perfect. Just run your fingernail right along that. And once you do one side, you can just go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. We're just folding that to the center. You kind of have to roll those layers just like this. And give it a nice crease. And now, when I flip it back over, I can just kind of fold that. Not making any new folds, I'm just repositioning what were the wings. And we have a finished paper airplane. Now you'll notice this one can open up. So you might find that you want to actually tape this closed. It'll fly well without any tape, but it'll fly even better if you do tape it. Congratulations, you have finished level 2. All right, for level 3, all you will need is a sheet of 8.5 by 11 inch paper or A4 paper. And we're going to begin by folding this edge here to this edge. Okay. I'll open that up. And now we're going to fold this top edge down, and we're just making a little band here. You can estimate 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters. Really, it doesn't matter exactly what the measurement is. We just need this band, and that's going to serve to help lock our paper together later. Okay, so once you've done that, we can actually flip it back over, and we'll fold this edge here into the center. Just like that, and we'll do the same exact thing on the other side. And now we have these 2 triangles, and we're going to fold down right along that edge at the bottom of them, just like this. And then we can fold this point back up to the top, and make sure you land this right on your center crease when you do that. And your plane should look like this. Now I'm going to flip it over and fold this edge here into the center. And do the same thing on the left side. And now we're actually going to unfold those creases we just made and fold the outer edge, not the top edge. Take the outer edge here to that crease you just made. And I like to leave a little bit of a gap. And it should look like that. And we're going to repeat that same step on this left side. Okay. And now we can close this up using those creases we already have. No new creases here. And we're going to take this point, and you can see there's a little pocket behind it. And if you bend this point down, you can line that up with the pocket and slide it into that pocket that was behind it. And now we just fold the paper airplane in half. And we're ready to fold the wings. So we're taking this edge here and folding it to the bottom edge. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. And there you go. Now with this plane, it likely is going to nose down a little bit if you throw it exactly as it is. So what I like to do is just kind of bend the back edges of the wings up a little bit and make sure that they're angled upward as well. So even when you let go of them, they have that slight Y shape. And with that, congratulations, you have completed level 3. All you will need for level 4 is a sheet of 8.5 by 11 inch or A4 paper, and we're going to begin again by folding this edge here to this edge. And we'll open that up. And now fold your top edge here into the center, and you're going to leave a little gap between the edge and the center crease. And go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Just like that. And now we'll go ahead and fold this edge here into the center, leaving just a little gap again. And now we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, and now we're going to fold this top point down so that it's way down here. Let me go ahead and do it and then I'll explain. I want the point to be right in between these 2 points, and before I make my crease, I want to flip it over and make sure that my center crease is lined up with the center crease on there, and then I can crease right across just like that. So you can see this point is right between those 2 points. And while I have it like this, I can hold that flat and just kind of sweep some of this extra slack out of the paper. Just like that. And I'm going to position it like this. Go ahead and fold these up over that edge. And you can unfold as well. We'll flip it back over. And now I want to fold this edge here to the center, and I'm leaving just a little gap as I do this. These are going to be thick layers, so it may be hard to get this to lie flat nicely for you. Do the same thing on this side. Give that a nice crease. And now we're going to fold this point up as far as it will go. It'll be a crease from that point there to that point. So I'm just kind of folding right on up. It's thick, so I kind of curl the layers as I make this fold and fold it just like that. And now I'm going to fold this so it lands here. Just like this, and I'm only creasing right to the center point. And then I'll do the same thing on this side, taking this edge here to that edge. Just like that. And now we can do what's called a rabbit ear fold by folding in on both of those diagonal creases at the same time. And you can see that kind of stands in the middle, and you just kind of push it to one side, stand it up, push it to the other side, and that's how you get that really cool spike on Raijin. Okay, I'm going to leave it to the side here, flip this over, and now I'm going to fold this point here to that point right there. I should get a crease that goes right through this back corner. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. Just like that. And now we're going to fold it in half. Make sure that this is still trapping your layers as you fold it in half like that. That's going to lock everything together. And now with it in this position here, we can just fold the wings down. And I'm just making this a centimeter or half an inch away from the bottom edge, and the crease should be parallel to it. You'll have really thick layers at the front, and then just kind of gently crease the back, just like that. And once you do one side, it may even be easier to unfold the first side and fold the second side just the same way, looking at where you've placed your crease on the first side to make sure they match. And then we can set that down, kind of bend this both directions. And now we just have to set our wing angles. Basically, you want it nice and flat here, but these fins to be basically vertical. And then you've got this really cool spike that you can either hold the plane from, or you can hold it from the body as you give it a harder throw. Now you might find that it dives down unless you use these sections that we bent up earlier. You can kind of pull on this right here and right there, and that'll create some up elevator that will help it to glide really nicely. And with that, congratulations, you have completed level 4. All you will need in order to fold level 5 is a sheet of 8.5 by 11 inch or A4 paper, and we're going to begin by folding this edge here to this edge. Just like that. Now we can open this up, and we're folding triangles at the top again, but leave a little bit of a gap. Make sure you've got a couple millimeters between the edge of your paper and that center crease, so it'll look something like that. And I'll do the same thing on the other side, just matching it by eye, and your paper should look like this. Now let's go ahead and fold this edge to the edge we have here. So again, we're not going all the way to the center, we're just leaving a little gap, and it'll look a lot like the classic dart that you have folded many times before. Let's do the same thing on this side. And your plane should look like this. And now we're actually going to do that one more time. We're folding this outer edge into the center, just leaving a little gap. Just like that. And I'll do the same thing on this side. It's okay if yours is a little wrinkled, if you're not getting it perfectly neatly to the nose, that's going to be fine. But it's going to look something like this. And now I want to point something out to you really quick. I'm going to open up these layers on the right, and you see where this first flap you have intersects the center, right where that corner lands. I'm going to just kind of put my finger there and then close that back up. I want to fold from this point here down to this corner. So I'm just going to kind of grab the paper right there, open this up, and I'm folding right down to this corner. And that's going to become the wing of the plane. And that doesn't have to be perfect at the top, but that's a good general reference point for you. And then once you do one side, just fold the other side to match. So try to get that crease to start right at the same point, and then fold down to this corner down here. Okay, so your plane should look like that. Now I'm actually going to kind of open up this left side and just get those layers out of the way for a second. And I want to create a crease that runs right along this edge. And I'll show you, I'm going to grab the layers right like that and just fold right over that edge. And I'm only creasing right to the center. And let me show you on the other side exactly what that crease looks like. You can see we've got a crease going from the center point down to that corner, and it runs right along this edge here. So once I do that side, I'll open up the right, close the left side back up, and now do the same thing over here. So I'm just kind of grabbing these layers, folding them right along this edge, just pull it just like that. And there you go. Now we can close up the right side, put it back in this orientation. And when I flip it over, you can see our two creases meeting right at the middle. And we can do something cool now. I hold the paper right here, kind of where you have that junction between the wing and the body of the plane. And if you just kind of swing it together, you're going to be able to do what's called a jet fold, where you bring this crease to land right along with that crease. And what you need to make sure as you close it up like this is that the layers down here on the bottom are kind of cooperating with you and lying in their natural positions. And you can then just kind of fold it in half just like that and lie it flat. Okay, now we will go ahead and fold the wing up right along that edge. And we'll do the same thing on the other side, just flipping that over, fold the wing up. And now we're going to fold this point, and we're going to start a crease right there at the back corner and just kind of fold it something like that. Doesn't have to be exactly like mine. And now when we open this up, we can kind of flip that inside out and make the tail of the plane just using those existing creases we have. So we can kind of close it back up just like that. And there you go. Now you have a tail for your plane. And with that, congratulations, you have completed level 5. Thank you so much for watching this video, and good luck flying your planes. Thank you so much to all of my patrons who are supporting this channel and making these videos possible. I'm now releasing a new tier where you can become the pilot of your favorite foldable flight paper airplane, and your name will appear next to the paper airplane you choose in each of my YouTube videos. So head over to patreon.com/foldableflight and join the Foldable Fleet today.